2 Cents Sports Show.
Yo, it's Mr. House.
What's up, it's your boy C Woods.
And your girl Cheeks.
And this is our 2 Cents. What's up, y'all?
What's happening, brother? What's happening?
We have a very, very, very special guest for you guys today, Coach Demetrius Robertson. How you doing, brother?
I'm good, good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you jumping on with us.
Oh yeah, I love it. My pleasure.
Cheeks, how you living?
Oh, I'm good. So you're gonna ask me a question.
Woods, how you living?
I'm good, man. Blessed.
Coach, how you living?
Oh man, greatest days ever.
All right. Well, there it is, man. Let's get right into it. So, the Lakers season is officially over. Frank Vogel, Cheeks, why are you laughing already?
I just took a sip.
Frank Vogel is officially fired. There was a snafu with that. We got to figure this out, man. We got to lay this season out and dissect it and talk about what we thought about this season overall. So, Woods, I'm going to start off with you, man. Talk to me about this season. What are your thoughts on how this whole season just went down, man?
This season was a bust. Injuries, no locker room presence by the leaders, LeBron, AD, LeBron. And it was just a bad look all the way around. We became sort of the laughing stock of the West and of the NBA. The Russell Westbrook thing didn't work out. Bad experiment, bad GMing by LeBron. So next year, we got to get it together. This ain't normal. This ain't normal Laker basketball. This ain't normal Laker fans. We shouldn't be going through this, watching everybody else play. The season was a bust.
Talk to me about how the Lakers handled Frank Vogel at the end there, man.
I was like, does Frank Vogel have Instagram or Twitter? Because if he does, on Sunday night, he was probably like, hey, I didn't hear that. And he did make a comment like, I didn't hear that. And I was like, well, you must not have a TV or a wife and kids or anybody in your corner. Everybody's saying it. But I think he kind of knew the writing was on the wall when they were out. Well, I thought he would be fired by them.
All-Star break.
All-Star, yeah, I told you guys that. I mentioned that on the previous podcast. So the fact that he made it through the season, he should be happy. And I'm serious, he should be happy because I thought he was gone at the All-Star break. And he made it through, but he should have known. So for him to say, I didn't hear that, was the wrong thing to say. He should have been like, hey, we'll see what happens. I meet with them Monday. But there was no need to meet. It was just, hey, man, I'm packing my stuff after the game to go. He was out of there.
He should already been packed up.
He knew.
Coach, I'm going to let you jump in before Cheeks, man. Same question, though. Thoughts about the season and how it all unfolded?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. It was a bust. A failed experiment, but also, rewind it back and say what moves would we have made to make it a successful season. If we had got Bill, didn't Bill get hurt? Or he got injured? Like, what other moves were we out there to make a successful?
Well, I mean, there's people that say the DeRozan and Buddy Hield was on the table for the Lakers.
They were, but that wasn't enough. This is championship town. Like, it's either championship or bust. I lived through the J.R. Ryder, Eddie Jones and Nick Van Exel years, Elton Campbell. So, I get it, I understand, and I think some of it is also that, with the Warriors, as we hate to see it, it was just kind of like a waiting pattern because they had some, artillery that was coming on board that now is going to make them really tough, and the Suns too. So it's a rough ride for us right now. I don't think there was any move that we could have made. I know LeBron's sending out subliminal messages to Steph and whatnot, but I just don't. I don't see it, and I don't see anything jumping out to us.
So you think that from the beginning there was no way the Lakers could have?
Nah, I scrapped it early on. Hard for me to watch the games. I can't watch it. I'm a realist. I'm a diehard fan. I'll take my L's and everything, but I knew from the beginning. I said, nah. I knew who we could beat. I knew who we couldn't beat. I said, there's no way we could beat the Warriors. No way we could beat the Suns.
Okay, before we go to Cheeks, one more question. The Lakers won a championship 2 years ago. So what's so different? What's so different?
The other teams, they had a maturation process. With the Suns. You could just say the difference is Chris Paul, right? And then, with the Warriors, you get Clay back online and their other, teammates. So they're looking good and they're ready to go. I just don't think it's something that we could survive.
Yeah. Cheeks,
unfortunately.
Same question. your thoughts on your favorite team, the Lakers, this season?
It's always a plus to me because I'm not a Laker fan, but I mean, I think they struggled just with injuries. I think if everybody was healthy, I think it would be a different situation.
But I asked you that last week, same question, what you thought the Lakers' record would be, and you said it would be about the same if everybody was healthy. Didn't we have that question, Woods?
I didn't say it was going to be the same. I said it was going to be a little bit better.
Yeah,
A little bit better.
But it would have been better,
but not
they
good
would have made
enough.
the playoffs.
Like what seed though? That's what we were talking about, right?
I said
I
7.
would've
I
made
said
it.
7.
First you said 5, then you said 7, 8, 9, 10.
7, and she said 8, 9. I think something like
They
that.
would have made it.
Yeah, they'd have made it, but I said you might as well take that early vacation and get healthy for next year because it's not going to
And
work.
that's what they did. Ron said.
Yeah, right?
Ron said 2 games early.
Right?
Russell said the
Nah,
last
he
game.
said 4 games early.
LeBron.
He knew it was over.
I think if I had to put a word on this season, I would say I would choose either 1 or 2 words, either a debacle or a clusterfuck. Because, I mean, from the beginning, we had the whole situation where we had a done deal with DeRozan or whatever, and then the 3 people met.
Stooges.
The 3 people met, Le GM met, and said that they wanted to roll with Russell Westbrook, and I still can't understand the collaboration of talent. It doesn't make sense. It never fit from the beginning. So we had that. Then we had Vogel. We got to talk about the fact that he didn't make adjustments. His rotations were terrible. His lineups his starting lineups were terrible. Dwight Howard barely played. I mean, I didn't understand that. So Vogel didn't do a good job this year. Not only on top of that, they weren't listening to Vogel. I mean, I can't say what point in the season, but at some point you could just see that they weren't even paying attention to what he was saying, man. So he's calling timeouts, and it's like, for what? Ain't nobody gonna listen to you. You might as well leave him on the floor.
Yeah.
So you had that going on. Then we had the whole blame Russ for 2 months. It was just thing after thing after thing. Then we had the trade deadline where it's like, are we going to move Russ? Cheeks thinks we should have got John Wall. I say that doesn't make any difference at all. John Wall doesn't make any difference at all.
0 games this year.
But overall, man, it was a debacle. And it started at the top, man. Our front office, Pelinka didn't do a good job. Jeannie Buss, we got to go back to the days of, 4 or 5 years ago when Jim Buss was running the team, and we thought it was bad then. And this year has been bad on all levels, man. And for them to do Frank Vogel the way they did him yesterday, yeah, he knew it was coming, of course. But for them to allow somebody to announce it before it actually happened is just not professional at all, man. And I haven't seen this level of just terribleness from the Lakers ever. It's like a shit show. Debacle, clusterfuck, shit show. Woods, you could jump back in.
No, it's in the level of talent that we had was just like, it was crazy. But Frank Vogel is a defensive-minded coach,
Right.
which is shocking that we played no defense. So I don't know if that was just like, we ain't listening to you and fuck your defense, or, hey, man, you're just not a good coach. We're not listening to you. So it's kind of like.
And to jump on that, the effort, it was effort. And you could just see people just allowing people to blow by them. And it was like, whatever, coach, you could jump back in.
Oh,
man.
yeah, definitely a little bit of the Olay defense. And I'm headed down the floor. There you go. There's a basket for you. So, yeah, I mean, I agree. I heard, they were talking about it earlier, saying, like, he didn't have a voice, right? And they weren't saying, like, he doesn't have a voice, period, but it's not the voice for the Lakers, right? It was good enough to get the 1 chip, but it's not good enough to lead and get a couple in a row, or to contend with the people who are out there right now, all right? Even if you made it to the finals, which wasn't going to happen, you wouldn't be able to get through the Eastern Conference champion.
Okay,
either.
so my question on that right there, his voice not being strong enough to handle that, the real major difference is Russell Westbrook. So is your thought that combination is what
No, definitely not. I'm definitely not on the blame Russ bandwagon. It wasn't just him. If we swapped him out for either other two that I say could have possibly been a better fit, I think we still get the same result. Like she said, maybe you get in the playoffs at a 7-8 seed, but it's not doing much after that if they stay, healthy. But I don't think he's like an issue or a problem. I think, the way that he plays might have been an issue or problem for Frank. I just don't think he was gonna make those type of adjustments that were needed for that. I just don't think it meshed the right way, but we had to do something. Right, because if we just sat on our hands and didn't do anything, then we would all be in uproar. All us Laker fans, except for you, right? We would all be mad and say, "Well, why you didn't make any moves? You didn't do anything." We had to do something. We had to make a move. We had to, make a try or an attempt at it. They're attempting at other players, but they're locked down in their cities, and they're like, "Hey," Giannis is like, "Hey, I'm not leaving." Warriors, they're like, "Hey, it's no reason for us to leave." You have to get the person at the right time, and that can be tough.
Question. So back to Russ. You said that it's not all on him, and it really was not about him.
Right.
But during the season, Russ did say that he didn't have any expectations for this season.
Oh yeah.
Now, as a Laker fan, and he grew up in LA.
That's right. Lou House.
You know, Laker fans, we're accustomed to championship.
Right.
So how can somebody who's from here go into a season playing for that team not having any expectations?
I think he knew what I knew. I think he knew, and he's just, he's just a little bit more blunt, a little more honest.
If he knew,
probably shouldn't have said it, but
Okay, that's fair. And if he knew that, why did he come here then?
Because in his heart, he wants it to happen. His heart, everybody wants to come home and win a championship, right? Everybody can't do Candace, and go home and win a championship, right? But everybody truly does want to. Even Tom was trying to work it out to get to San Francisco. He wanted to go home, right?
Yeah.
Right? Everybody wants to go home and win that championship. Dwayne Wade, right? Didn't he end up back in Chicago?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't get too far away from home.
Can I ask y'all a question?
Go ahead, Cheeks. I know you.
Who will you guys keep, and who do you guys want to see as a coach for the Lakers?
Okay.
Good question.
Keep in terms of players.
Yeah. Who
There's
you have on your
there's
roster?
nothing we can do.
But who would you keep?
We're stuck.
We're stuck.
But who would you keep though? And
Out of those three,
out of everybody on the team right now, who would you keep?
Reeves.
Austin Reeves and Malik Monk.
Thank you. Austin Reeves. Bron can go.
Yeah, I'll take them too.
What's her name?
What's her name?
Miss Rambis.
They
She
talked
can go
about that
all
earlier
the
too.
I'm making front office.
They talked
moves,
about
too.
that earlier too.
So yeah, it ain't just the players. It's the
Yeah.
front office people that can get the hell up out of here.
They're like, "Hey, Buzz, you can't be listening to Rambis."
And what
Randall.
coach would you want to see?
That's a great question.
There's no really coaches out there right now for you.
I don't know.
You can't
I'm
bring
mad.
big
I'm mad we
names
missed out on
and-
Monty, and I'm
and
mad
all
we
these
missed
other
out on
coaches
Ty
out.
Lue. So I don't know.
And we missed out on Jason Kidd.
Jason Kidd was on our staff.
Yeah, but they talked about that too, and that's not gonna happen in this climate.
So
Everybody
that's
got
the
the
question.
rewind.
Who can the Lakers grab as coach?
I mean, if I had a magic wand,
No, right? Realistic.
realistically, I don't know. Go look in the
Nobody
mirror.
out there.
We gotta get a college coach.
There's nobody out
So
there.
some of the names I heard were Darvin Ham. Of course, Mark Jackson's name's always going to come up.
Always gonna.
He's
come
banned
up.
though.
He's banned. Yeah.
We know that.
Blackball. Yeah.
Unofficial.
Blackball.
Unofficial ban. Yeah.
Blackball.
Yeah,
Blackball.
can't happen.
Who else? Those are the only two names that I've heard so far.
Darvin Ham. That's a bad look. If it's those.
Nah, it can't be Darvin.
I would take Mark Jackson though. I would.
No.
It's
If he
impossible.
wasn't blackballed, I would take a chance.
Okay, but it's just not realistic.
I feel like if the Lakers said we're picking up Mark Jackson, I think they'd be like, nope, ain't gonna happen.
Does anybody in here think that Jeannie can convince Phil to come back?
Are they still dating?
Come back.
I don't know.
If they're still dating, maybe.
Feels like he'll come back.
That's not gonna work.
That ain't gonna happen.
I mean, I like Phil, but I may go against the grain on this one. But I'm like, you got to show me, because I'm looking at coaches too. Have you won a championship without 3 to 4 Hall of Famers on your team? You can't name one.
But it's 3 Hall of Famers on this team. Well, more than that, but 3 Hall
Right.
of Famers. So it would be a perfect fit, no?
Nah, he doesn't. He can't coach his way out of that bag. I mean, I say maybe Popovich. It's not gonna happen, but he's the only one that I could say.
She's I want to say Vegas.
She's WNBA.
Yeah.
coach,
She's Vegas.
Because she got that contract out
I'd
of there.
take her instead of.
I would take her. I mean, she's
Y'all
in that system.
not ready for her.
I mean, I would always take somebody out of that Popovich circle of that
Gotcha.
ring.
Gotcha.
But then it's like, again, with the voice, is Mike Brown enough? Because I mean, he was a good coach and he's a solid coach, but it's just not. He's just not enough, you know, for the media and everything else that goes along with coaching in LA.
It'd be interesting who they get because you have a lot of powerhouse over there. Right?
Oh,
You got
the
AD,
other
LeBron.
name was Juwan Howard.
No.
No, he took himself out the running earlier, man, when he threw the cat ball.
He might
But he
slap
out here,
LeBron.
he out here slapping people. So
Right?
You gotta think when you
Nah,
go
he
to the
would.
Lakers, you have to win or you're gonna be gone.
Yeah,
It's
you
like,
know
like
what's gonna
USC.
happen.
If you don't win after 2 years, they're gonna ship you out. Football
Yeah.
coaches. They
Right.
we not winning. It's like the Lakers.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about
Uh,
basketball, Chiefs. We know that.
No, football.
But just I'm with you on that one. That's why Riley's there now. Yeah, he's like, you got to change his culture. You got to fix it. That's it. USC football. Got to change it. Got to fix it. If you're not able to, then you got to go.
You got to go.
Real quick.
Where's the old coach from the Raptors?
Nurse, Nick Nurse?
No.
no.
The one the black guy.
Oh,
He went to the final. He went to the.
Sam Mitchell.
Where's he at?
He does TV. He does TV.
Get him. Why don't we get him?
Nah, he wouldn't work.
He's not gonna put up
It's
with
not.
certain
You,
things.
you need a
Somebody
name.
strong.
You gotta need
Yeah.
a name. You need a name like a Coach K, Greg Popovich,
Yeah.
something
It
like
has to be
that.
one of those type
It
of
can't be just.
None of those guys are available.
Can't be
Coach K
Sam
is?
Mitchell.
Coach K
He
is
is
done.
now.
Coach K.
Coach K may not be done.
Hey, never know.
gonna tell
LeBron,
LeBron
you know,
off.
he set them down on the Olympic team. Had some
did.
words
He
and
has
told them about
power.
some things
He
of
has
what they were walking around wearing and everything, and he let them know.
But he has that. But he has that voice though.
I got it. Calipari. So I'm rolling.
Calipari?
Calipari already
That's right.
came to the league. It didn't
That's
work
right.
out.
I know, that's okay. Hey, Pete Carroll came to the league the first time. You don't remember that? When he circled back,
Oh,
what
was that,
happened? He won the Super Bowl.
New England?
New England, sure
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
Sure did. Saban never came back because he's in a great place. But I bet you if he came back, it'd be something different.
Saban was funny.
Yeah, he's a funny
Saban
guy.
and what was the other one that coached Atlanta? Bobby Petrino.
Petrino, yeah.
That was funny.
Oh, yeah,
too.
that's a disaster.
But let's switch gears a little bit, man. We gotta get into this play-in / championship, man. So I'm gonna start with you, Cheeks. Who you got winning the play-in games? We'll start there. Who you got winning the play-in games?
Who's playing? And the Clippers.
We got the Clippers against the T-Wolves, and the Pelicans against the Spurs.
I think I'm gonna roll with the Pelicans.
Pelicans, can you get it down? Wait, you going with the Pelicans over the Spurs? You said? I just want to make sure.
Like, yeah, because, Pop's team is not like it used to be. So I'm going to go with Pelicans, I'm going to go with Clippers.
Okay, and in the East is Nets and Cleveland, and then the Hawks against Hawks and Hornets. Cheeks.
Ooh, I like the Hornets.
Oh
though.
man, I want to see both
I
of them
know,
in there.
I like
though.
it.
Y'all
going the
just
Hornets?
want to see Melo win. That's all.
Are you going with the Hornets?
I want to see Trey
I want
win
the
too.
Nets. I want the Nets to come out. I like the Hornets, though.
Okay, so you're picking the Hornets over the Hawks, because then the Hornets got to play the Cavaliers.
So I have the Hornets, and then I have the Nets. And then they got to play against each other, right?
Then the loser of the Nets game, which is the Cavaliers, has to play against the winner of the other game.
Yeah, so I got the Nets coming out the East.
Okay, so
So the Nets,
Clippers,
and then who else? Like
I think the Clippers going to come out.
We're talking about the East right now. The Cavs and the
It's 2 teams or 1 team coming out of the playoff.
it's 4 teams in the play-in. 2 got to go.
She
to the
told you
play-in.
already.
Oh, so I'm going with the Hornets, or we'll be playing against the Nets,
Yeah.
right? They win, right?
No. Okay. So the Nets play against the Cavaliers.
Okay, so
whoever
the
wins
Nets.
that gets the 7 seed.
Okay, Nets.
So you got Nets at 7. So the Cavaliers, if they lose, they got to play against the Hornets or the Hawks to get the 8 seed.
I'm going against the Hornets. Hornets and the Nets.
So you got the Hornets at the 8 seed. Okay. What about you,
I
Coach?
agree. Wholeheartedly agree.
Nets and Hornets.
We got to put the fix in if it's not. So that's what everybody wants to see.
All right, who you rocking with in the East?
In the East, man, I'm gonna rock with the Nets, of course, and then I'm gonna rock with.
That's gonna
I'm
be
sorry.
a
I'm gonna rock with the Hawks,
I just want to
man.
let y'all know that's
I'm
gonna be a
rock with the
tougher
Hawks.
game that you guys are just saying Nets real easy, but that's gonna be a tougher game.
It's gonna be tough.
I'm rocking with the
everybody's
Hawks.
Back. You got Kyrie. I just,
Right.
Hawks and Nets.
So you got Nets and then you got the Hawks winning 2 games. Okay.
I won't argue the Hawks. I'm thinking Charlotte, but I won't argue the Hawks. I mean, I want to see both of those guys in there.
I really would like to see the Hornets in. But I'm gonna roll with Nets, and I'm gonna roll with Cavaliers. Don't give me that look. The Cavs been good all year. What are we talking about? They were,
My boy, shout out to JB Bickerstaff too.
They were rocking 4 or 5 seed most of the year.
That don't mean anything. It's all about who comes
Right.
to play.
That's right.
So you got the Pelicans, Spurs, and then the Nets and the Hornets.
On the East?
On the West, who you got on the West?
On the West, she says she has
The Clippers.
Clippers.
the Clippers beating the T-Wolves.
And who's the other team I said?
You said Clippers and Pelicans.
Spurs,
Yeah,
Pelicans. So you got the Pelicans winning 2 games to get in.
Who? Pelicans?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then they have to beat the T-Wolves. All right.
I really don't
What
care.
about you?
I got the Wolves.
You got the Wolves beating the Clippers.
Yeah.
And then
Get
who you
them
got?
outta here.
And then who you got out after that? You got the Wolves in the 7th seed. Then the Clippers will play against the winner of the Spurs Pelicans.
I think Clippers may end up winning. I'd like to see the Pelicans, but I think it'll be the Clippers.
All right, so you got the same teams, just flip-flop.
Just flip-flop, yeah.
What about you, Woods?
For the West, I'm rocking with the hate the Clippers. I'm rocking with the
Beating y'all
T-Wolves.
the whole year, huh?
Yeah, I'm rocking with the T-Wolves, and then I'm rocking with the Spurs actually. I think the Spurs are got something to prove.
All right. I'm gonna say Clippers and Wolves in that order, 7 and 8. All right. So before we switch to our next topic, I want to talk to you guys about the MVP. Who's your MVP and why? I'm gonna start with you, Coach.
Who's up in the running?
We got Embiid, Jokic, Giannis, and Devin Booker.
Yeah. My pick is the last person that I probably want to see get it. It's Joker. That's just my unbiased.
Why?
Hate to burst some bubbles, just stat-wise. You know,
He's a stat filler.
Yes, he's done something totally different. Do I think that translates into winning the playoffs? No. But stat-wise,
I think
playoff ball is something totally different.
What about the fact that Denver ended up the 5th seed, and I think Philly ended up as the 3rd seed, 4th seed?
Yeah. So
Does that matter at all?
nah, it doesn't matter. You got to look at the games when those two guys are out. Void, they don't even have a team when he's out. Philly, we can go out there and still play ball. So, I mean, that's what it is, right?
Most valuable.
Most valuable player.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not who's going to win a championship, right? A lot of times it doesn't match up, right?
Yeah.
That MVP, right?
Yeah.
David Robinson won that MVP. Olajuwon came back and got him, right?
right. Cheeks, same thing. Who's your MVP and why?
She don't want to admit it.
This is hard. I have like 2 people. I like Booker and I like Embiid.
That's
It's
what
not
I
about
that's
who
what
you
I
like, though.
too.
Who you think is going to win?
I'm a Devin Booker fan.
Politics, I think it's gonna go with. I think Giannis probably gonna win.
Giannis? 3rd MVP? Why?
What he does for his team, and just overall, I think everybody loves him, and
Yeah.
he plays hard every game. He puts up his stats. And I just see him, but I think Booker or Embiid should get it.
Like Giannis would be my number 2. It's one of those two.
Jokic
We're
or
gonna be heartbroken, but it's gonna be one of those two.
Woods, who you rocking with?
I think it's out of 2 people as well. I'm going with Embiid and Jokic, whatever you want to call him. But I think it goes.
Wait, you going with 2 people?
No, I'm saying out of those 2. It's out of those 2 to me. And I'm gonna roll with Joker because no Murray, no Porter Jr.
Yep.
And I know they're 5th seed.
Yeah.
If you put those 2 in place, we're looking at a championship team.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna roll with Joker.
Yeah. What happens if you flip-flop those guys? What happened if you put Embiid over there with, and had those guys? Or
I
didn't have them? Like, what would he do?
I never thought I'd see the day where everybody on here would be wrong except me. But
You say LeBron.
but it's obviously Embiid. I mean, he led the league in scoring. I mean, if we took him off the team, he's supposed to have an all-star with him. He hasn't had an all-star all season. You talking about he's missing Murray? He's missing a whole all-NBA player the whole season. Am I right?
Who?
Ben Simmons? Yeah. Ben Simmons? He wasn't missing Ben Simmons the whole season?
Didn't he have Harden for a little bit though?
Yeah, what, like 20 games?
Murray's out and Porter Jr.'s out.
And while Harden was there, dude, stop saying Porter Jr. Like
He's
He's
solid.
a key though.
He's big.
he's good.
But I'm just saying.
He's good. He's good, but I mean,
You
Come on,
keep
man.
saying Ben Simmons like he's just like.
You was on Ben Simmons.
he's cool.
Y'all don't think this shit. I'm just saying. Y'all like Ben is
Hold on,
like.
Cheeks. Hold on, Cheeks. You was Ben Simmons' advocate. He got a jumper.
He got
He
a
shoot
jumper.
threes.
He got a
Noise.
jumper at Rico Hines run, but he ain't got no jumper nowhere else.
Cheeks said
But you
Cheeks
saying
said he
like-
came in the
you
league
saying like
shooting
he's
jumpers.
LeBron with the
Flip-flop.
lead, and it's not.
I'm not saying that. I said he's an all-star and an all-NBA player.
I mean, I agree with your pick. I think Embiid should get it.
Yeah.
But he's not.
All right, just say I'm right, and then we'll move on.
But he's all right.
You're right, but it's other things. It's other things at play.
Politics.
Other
See what
things
key
at play.
is.
Hey, first center to lead the league in scoring since Shaq did
Right.
it in 22 years ago.
But it's not a center league.
It's not.
It's not. So
And he's the
yeah.
first center to do it, so that's amazing, right? All right, before we get out of here, we got a couple minutes left. Tiger Woods returned to the golf course this weekend to play in the Masters.
Yes, sir.
Quick assessment or thoughts on his return. Woods, you go first, man.
I didn't get to see it, but I mean, he's a Woods. You know, so
Oh my God, bro! Oh my
He
God!
my cousin, he didn't call me, but no, I was happy just to hear he was back. Honestly, I know that he's got a lot, he's been through and stuff like that. I didn't get a chance to see it, but just knowing he was back, I was happy. So I hope that he continues in the coming years and months to continue to get out there, and I hope he wins another Masters. Honestly, so that's what I want.
You kind of tailed off at the end, but Cheese, go ahead.
I think it was a great comeback for the big accident he had and the much time he had off to, rehab for him to even get on this course to walk all these holes to even play. So I think it was a big thing, and for him to even make the
Cheese,
cut.
I'm sorry to cut you off. Did you say
Holes.
he had all these holes, or did you say? I wasn't sure. I was not sure, Cheese. I just want to make sure.
That was coming. I was like, hurry up.
He will never be on this show.
But I'm just glad to see him back. I think golf missing. So
Yeah.
it's big.
Coach,
I agree, because the one thing everybody can agree on, everybody loves Tiger Woods.
that's true.
You can be way over here on the left, you can be way over here on the right. Everybody loves Tiger Woods. You don't hear
true.
people out there, no matter everything that you've seen in the media, you don't see anybody, I just hate Tiger Woods.
Yeah,
None
that's
of them.
true.
They love him, they support him, we love him, we support him. It's just, it's good for golf.
Yeah.
Get it back out there. I'm happy for him. He's strong in the that's a lot to come back from too. Unless somebody's going through like some type of rehab from a significant accident, you don't know.
Yeah.
But it was a lot. And he's a tough guy. I mean, they used to talk about like at Stanford how high he was rated in terms of strength out of all the athletes, and that encompasses everybody. That's like football, basketball, golf, and everything. And he was like really strong, good.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's dope. Yeah, man. I mean, he may not have won this weekend, but I think he had the biggest victory of all. I mean, it's a moral victory. You know what I'm saying? For him to come back from what he came back from just a year ago, a little over a year ago, and
He's lost his leg.
yeah,
They were gonna cut it.
yeah. I mean, to almost have one leg, and then now he's out there able to walk 18 holes, not holes, Cheeks, holes, 18 holes, and complete games on 4 consecutive days, man. I think that's a huge victory for him, man. And not only that, I think it's a huge victory for everybody to see that. You can look at that and be like, damn, that dude has some fortitude. You know what I'm saying? Some determination to the will to do what he loves to do. You know what I'm saying? So I think that could be a shout out right there, right? Shout out to Tiger Woods.
There you go.
Cheeks, I know you got a shout out.
I'm gonna give a shout out to Dawn Staley. She's the highest paid
coach.
basketball coach right now. $22.4 million.
Yep.
Big.
Yeah.
Big
She
time.
deserves it too.
Yeah, she does.
That's the total grassroots.
Yep.
You
Woods, you got a shout out?
I want to give a shout out to Kai Smith, i.e. Merino Valley's own. Got picked up by the Sparks today. I think that's pretty dope. Shout out to Remy Martin from Kansas too, Sierra Canyon grad. Hopefully Ed can get him on here. And that's what's up.
Coach, you got a shout out?
Nobody gets a shout out today.
I'm gonna shout you out, man. Thank you for jumping on with us. And then my other shout out, man, it's a sad one. We got to talk about Dwayne Haskins, man, who passed away tragically over the weekend, and just a young life gone too soon, man. So prayers up to his family, and shout out to him, man. Coach, you'll be back with us on the next episode, man. We appreciate you joining in.
My pleasure.
I'm House, that's Woods, that's Cheeks, Coach, and we out, y'all.